And good afternoon, YouTube fans. Our preparedness mail call. Another package just arrived. A little bit larger, so it won't fit underneath the camera. So we'll open it from the outside. Well, here comes something really interesting, folks. Anybody see what these are? Looks like some used medical satchels. Has your first aid cross, somewhat. You can see the sewing. Has a small belt loop. There is some debris here. Has a Velcro top. Definitely used. Has that canvas smell. This is a waterproof container. There's a nice hook right here too for however you want to carry it. Interesting. I got 3 of these. They're for any kind of use. These will probably go on my barter list. I'm not really sure what I would do with them, but I thought they were kind of interesting. I look at the invoice, I'll see where they came from. Interesting product. Next we have, you all remember what these are, and we got in some more of these. These are your thermoprotective camp pad. There's the number on them. They're foam insulation with a heat reflective material. Got these for barter. I already have some nice self-inflating ones I purchased from the internet. Oh, and by the way, these came from these folks here. But you do want to take one thing worth a grain of salt when you deal with these folks. I will talk about that in a second. This is a French ground troop 2-person pup tent. It's got the, this is new, it's never been used before. And this is your nylon tent. You've all seen these. I've done this demonstration before and I won't bother. So we got 2 of those sleep pads. We got the tent and those blades. What I want to talk about is when I use my card to pay for these items, I noticed a fraudulent charge shortly thereafter by something called Grubhub. They tried to go after my credit card for the total of $439, but the charge was declined. So I had to take action and contact the credit card company and let them know that there had been a fraudulent charge. Also, what they had done is noticed that it was declined, but went ahead and tried to still use it by testing the card's balance by putting in $1, and the dollar was approved, and they went for $64, and that was approved also. So there were 3 fraudulent attempts. The $400 one and so many dollars didn't go through. That was declined because I have a limit on that card just for this type of stuff. But the other 2 were processed through, and the credit card company did notice it and put a fraudulent charge notice on my email and said, go check this out, and if it's not real, let us know. Well, I just got the paperwork to replace the card, so I'm a little bit upset about that, but it got caught, and I'm not going to get ripped off. when you use these companies like this, use PayPal. That way they can't get into your account and steal any more money. Because if you do it like I do, I only put enough money in that account to cover the purchases of items from these catalog companies. Because you just about bet somebody either from this company or the next one that I will be doing a review on later, when those products come in, may have had something to do with that fraudulent charge. Since I use two different devices on my purchases, I noticed that these two, I had two fraudulent charges against me. One against one card and one against the other because I went on a buying spree just because they were having some really good sales on these items. I got these practically for free shipping, and the prices were reduced, 2-for-1s and all this other stuff. But that being said, there are people out there still trying to rob you, folks. It's a cottage industry. They're out there trying to take your money once a week. Watch, if you use credit cards a lot, watch those accounts daily or weekly. At least get in there and monitor that action, because first of all, I've got LifeLock and they didn't catch it because they're looking for big purchases like automobiles, mortgages, large signature loans, and things like that. I like this company. I mean, they got some good products in here, but if somebody is unscrupulous in their business and those numbers pass by their desk, they could do this months later. They've got those numbers. They could take them, sell them, and it could have been anything. It could have been anything to get those numbers. Now, honestly, folks, these companies, I hope, get caught. And I hope the individual who did the fraudulent charge to that card for this, I suspect this company because it came right shortly after I purchased an item from this company. That tells me that possibly they've got a flaw in their system. Either it's been hacked, or now any other customers who deal with this company, I can't call them and tell them, look, I think you guys got some bugs in your system or whatever, because I can't prove it. I'm not going to make any threats to these folks. I'm not going to say anything to them. But the key is just be careful when you use these type of companies, or anybody, when you spend your money out there. What I like to do is keep one card, like a PayPal card, a debit card that I keep maybe the minimum on it to keep the card open, and then when I go to make a purchase, I'll move money into that account and then put the money towards the purchase of a product. And I know that there's no more money, so if anybody even tries to get it, they're not going to succeed, even if they have the numbers necessary to get it. So because I just don't keep that money on it. But with rotating credit card or these revolving charge accounts, they can come in at 2 o'clock in the morning, put a $50 charge on you, and you go a month without even noticing because you don't check your balances, you don't check your sales. What I'm hoping is with this new email notification that when you make a purchase, automatically, if you could have any access to your credit card company's cloud, say, listen, hey, credit card companies, listen, let's do me a favor here. Anytime a charge for 90 cents or 10 cents or $100 is made on that credit card, drop me an email saying this purchase was made at such and such a place at such and such a time, and then give me a telephone number or a web address and an account, some kind of tracing that says what the receipt number was, so I can contact that company and say, listen, I nowhere near Raleigh, North Carolina at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm at home in New Hampshire. I didn't make that charge, and get this problem taken care of ASAP, so you can do your investigative studies to find out who stole that money or attempted to take that money, because the credit card company is going to eat that cost. That 60, however much money that was they got from me through Grubhub. I don't know what Grubhub is, but apparently I asked somebody once the other day. She said it was a home food delivery service. So that would be very easy to trace and follow. Anybody in his right mind is going to have a Grubhub food sent to their home. Either is going to do it to a relative, or is going to do it to a friend, or is going to do it to themselves, are going to get caught. Because now there's a record of that transaction occurred on my card. Here's a shipping address. Bam, dummy. You just fingered yourself. I hope that's how this works out, but I seriously doubt it. But before I get my blood pressure up there, folks, I'm feeling great. This new job I have, part-time, not much money at all, but it just gets me out of the house. So, I look forward to testing these items out and giving that positive feedback to the manufacturer. Again, watch your credit cards, watch your spending, and by the way, don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm a preparedness.